Genevieve, I want to get your thoughts on this, and I know you guys at home watching as well. You had to have noticed the emotion behind a lot of these stories. You pointed one of them out, a commuted sentence, and what it meant for her to see her family again. The other one was the wife of David Dorn, Ann Dorn. David Dorn was beaten and killed outside of a pawn shop guarding it, but he was the former St. Louis police chief. Lost his life to rioting and looting, just defending property. And you heard about what happened, and you saw Ann give her message, and it really resonated with a lot of folks. What did you think about Ann Dorn's message?
Well, I personally thought it was extremely effective. I mean, I think anybody who watched that when it happened, a month ago, was actually in early June. They didn't know Ann Dorn, but they saw her husband, and they saw this person who had been a member of the police force, the chief of police in St. Louis, lose his life helping defend a business in his own community. And now I think when people see that now in places like Kenosha, and they see this happening in Minneapolis, I think you just increasingly see people very concerned about the fact, regardless of what your big politics are, what does this mean for me personally? And what does it mean when we start talking about fundamentally changing what America looks like and fundamentally changing things like defunding the police? I think her story tonight really put a face on that. Yeah. And for people, especially in the suburbs and suburban women that we know Republicans are very concerned about, her message was extremely important.
Tom Vasili, that is something you talked about, the underlying theme of this whole thing, law and order. You chatted about that, and you talked a lot about the president weighing in on the violence in the streets and supporting police.
Yeah, look, Craig Shirley's been talking about this as well, that we're seeing a shift in the Republican Party. And look, for 40 years, the Republican Party has been telling people that it's a big tent party. And I think that really for the first time this week, I think the Republican Party put the pieces together in a way that they can actually, for the first time, credibly make that case to the American public. And I think that the president's poll numbers are going to reflect that when they come out next week.
I want to get final comment from Craig Shirley, and then we'll let everyone go to bed at this point, I think. Final thoughts from you, Craig, on this.
I want to just echo what the two previous commentators said. Security is emerging as an extremely important issue in this election for obvious reasons, and most affected by that are women, and even more so women, suburban women and suburban women with children are most affected by the security issue. The Trump campaign is making a very smart and serious play for Democratic constituencies like women, like African Americans, like gays and labor, and it's very, very interesting, and it could be a profound shift in our political universe.
That is what a night. We all experienced it together. We got to see it, and we got to feel it, experience it. I wonder how it's going to be covered on mainstream media tomorrow morning. Might be a little different than how it's covered tonight, but either way, I want to say I appreciate Genevieve Wood, Tom Vasili, Craig Shirley. Thank you so much for staying up with us.